Dakota Johnson has just launched a new ad campaign for Calvin Klein where she takes off her top and she does a bunch of very, very sexually appealing things for guys as she sells underwear. And you may be wondering, why is this news? Because, my friends, we are leaving behind woke. For a long time, we were warning y'all, get woke, go broke. And of course, what we actually saw with Calvin Klein were ad campaigns of morbidly and, yes, I must say, moribundly obese individuals, bearded women, and the like, wearing underwear. And these ads were particularly, I'll just try and be nice and say, unappetizing. So if you're a regular guy walking down the street in New York and you see this big, morbidly obese person, you're thinking, that's gross. The brand is associated with unhealthy, bad discipline, bad hygiene, and more importantly, they were trying to go after this demographic of women who aspired to be nothing. Well, you know what, my friends? Eventually, it all bottoms out, I guess. And we saw this with Sydney Sweeney. She did these, jeans commercials, and everybody was all shocked, and they called her a white supremacist because she was like, I have good jeans. Well, now we got the commercial with Dakota Johnson, which is, I don't think, I think it's your typical, sexy commercial. And I'll tell you what they're doing and why they're doing it. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to break this down for you, and we're going to go back in time, and then I'm going to show you some images that were mainstream advertisements, which are going to shock and offend. And I mean that in the most serious sense. These commercials, they're not for you boys. They are not for you boys. They do not make Calvin Klein ads so that guys will watch a sexy Dakota Johnson and then like the brand. In fact, this image right here of Dakota Johnson, she's topless, it's for women. She is engaging in a way that other women will recognize as sexually attractive. And then she's wearing Calvin Klein. So that way, other women will be like, I want to be sexually attractive the way she is being, so guys will look at me the way I assume guys are looking at her. You get the point? Point being, they don't expect guys to watch this and go buy Calvin Klein. They expect women to watch this, develop an expectation of what is sexy based on these ads, or more importantly, know what sexy is, and then think, I want to be like that. For guys, remember when the Army did that commercial where the girl was like, I have 2 moms and I'm in the Army? And it's like, okay, well, all due respect to you joining the Army, that's great. But do you think you're attracting any guys to join? Guys want to watch a video of Superman. Okay, they want to watch a superhero movie. I'm sorry, it's just true. Young guys want to run and they want to be Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, jumping between buildings with explosions behind them. And then they want to be Spider-Man, saving Mary Jane and the children at the same time. Guys watch those things and then buy those products because they want to be a strong man. So what do guys want to see? They want to see a manly guy effectively do a job, and they can be like, when you buy this rugged outdoor gear, you could be tough and rugged too. Or, in some circumstances, they will have like a bunch of beautiful women carrying beers. Now that's where that's for the guys. Because the joke goes, Miller Lite, if you drink it, beautiful women will want to have sex with you. And that's the joke, right? This, guys don't buy underwear. So here's the news, I guess. They're saying, Dakota Johnson made her Calvin Klein debut. And again, this also, we saw this following the Sydney Sweeney ad. I want to stress this. I didn't quite understand what Justin Timberlake was talking about when he said he was bringing sexy back, because I was always under the impression that people enjoyed sex. Then we got the whole woke era, and I said, please, Justin, whatever you did, put it back, because whatever you brought, it's not, no. Or maybe he was just before his time. I don't really care about the news. Literally, they're writing an article being like, Dakota Johnson is wearing her Rise Slim jean. Yeah, sure. Here's the video. Hey, they're running these ads on YouTube. YouTube, you can't get mad at me for this.
Hi. I just
Feels
finished.
good, man.
I think I like it. I really like her. She's so wild. That scene, I've never seen anything like that before. I don't even know how to shoot that, but I'm down.
All right, you get the point. I don't want to play too much, otherwise they're gonna flag me for the song or whatever. So here you go. Let's go back in time only 3 years. In fact, not even a full 3 years ago. Calvin Klein uses bearded trans man to advertise sports bra. Fashion house accused of alienating female shoppers over decision to feature model who identifies as a transgender male. So they got a guy. To be fair, they got two moribundly obese people. And I'm going to stress this, my friends. Many people say, don't you mean morbidly obese? No, I do not. Moribundly obese. It's more offensive. And if you're wondering what it means, consult the dictionary. No, in all seriousness, morbid means like you are getting sick to the point of death. Moribund means you are on or at the point of death. So, truth is, these two individuals, this is Bappy Kortrum, the trans man in a sports bra. This individual is morbidly obese. This is extreme obesity. It's very fat. It's very, very bad for you. You will die, right? This is very unhealthy. One of the leading causes of cancer, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't know who the other individual is, but people got deeply offended by this. And the funny thing is, the woke got offended by it. So they do this commercial. I'm sorry, this ad campaign where they're like, hey, look, this is you. This is love, it says. And the right just went, and the left said, that's offensive that you would do this because that's a man wearing a bra and bras are for women. And it's like, they did this like, the pants are undone. Like, people will find this attractive. Well, unfortunately, nobody did. I have a theory about all of this as to why they did it. You also have this one, plus size rapper unfazed by fat phobic tweet about Calvin Klein billboard. This is moribund obesity. Like these people are not more, this is beyond morbid obesity. Morbid obesity is like, hey, we think you're going to die very soon. Moribundly obese is like, tomorrow, I wish these people the best. I want them all to be happy. But they got to be healthy. You know, they got to live their lives. And you know what? They're going to choose to live their lives. This is from 2019, okay? Let me just say it like this, my friends. There was this old joke. I don't even know if it's really a joke. That the Dove Real Beauty campaign where they were like, real women look like this. And they got a bunch of fat chicks. Not all of them were fat. Some of them were like amputees or something. And that's real body positivity, you know? Like if you lost your arm in an accident and you're like, look, I can't do anything about it. That's body positivity, like missing a leg. But just being fat, like you could choose not to eat, you know? And so here's the conspiracy theory is that it was a joke I saw on Reddit. Unilever owns both Dove and Ben & Jerry's. And so the question is, as a major corporation, you're trying to simultaneously sell pints of ice cream that are 1,200 calories per pint to women while also trying to sell them soap and other beauty products. And you're advertising all these slim women. Here's the problem. If you do a commercial like this Dakota Johnson one where she's looking all fine about it, right? Well, women are going to be like, I want to be that. So I better not eat Ben & Jerry's. So what does Unilever think? I got an idea. Let's tell people that being fat is great. Then they'll gorge themselves and still buy our soap. You know, in the end, I guess it doesn't work because if you got like a morbidly obese trans man to do exactly what Dakota Johnson is doing right now, or Sydney Sweeney, people would be offended by it. And to be fair, like they were. You also had a similar controversy in the UK where there was this billboard that said beach body ready. And it's just like hot woman in her bikini. And then all these women complained and they were like, real women don't look like that. And then so they put 3 fat women instead. And you know what the reality is? People probably stopped buying the products. Women want to be attractive. Even women who are fat would prefer not to be. There are some women who are just so massive and they don't care. Some have made careers off of it. Most guys don't want to be fat, they want to be fit. But it's hard to do because you got schedules, it's hard to build a routine. And the truth is, like a lot of these guys, you know, like Chris Hemsworth, right? He gets all ripped for Thor, but he's working out full time to get ready for that role. And then after the role, he starts losing all that muscle mass. He's eating an insane amount to maintain that appearance. Most people, believe it or not, have average appearances, hence the word average. To be fair, as women get fatter and fatter, as do men, you start getting attempts to market and pander to these fat people. And it doesn't work. Because even then, when you, like, you know, I was talking to this guy a while ago, and he said, you want to get rich quick, it's really easy, weight loss is the key. Everybody wants to lose weight. And I'll tell you one thing that happened here. What I love so much about the whole body positivity movement is that it evaporated the moment Ozempic came around. I love how Ozempic was something to do with like diabetes, I don't even know. And then people realized that their weight would melt off. Yeah, we live in such a world that people have to get injections to stop eating because we have so much abundance. Holy crap, guys, we need some kind of cultural cleansing, you know what I mean? Like, we need to change these shows. We need to get rid of these programs. People need to start being fit and healthy. I guess this qualifies. Now, you may say, I don't want my young daughters or son watching commercials like this, but I assure you, it is substantially better than showing them the moribundly obese individuals. So, my friends, you choose. You figure out what you think is best for our society. And I'm going to tell you, I think we are much better off with a slim and attractive Dakota Johnson. Her hair seems kind of messy. I don't know. But hey, I get what they're doing. Sydney Sweeney, Dakota Johnson. I think this is the right direction for our society and culture, not where we just were. So, I don't know when that song Sexy Back came out was, but shortly afterwards, whatever came was not sexy. So I blame Justin for all of that. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there, my friends. Smash the like button, share the show, stick around because we got more coming up for you throughout the day. And then tonight, 8 p.m., we're hanging out with Brandon Herrera. It's going to be a blast. Thanks for hanging out again. Share the video, and we'll see you all in the next show.